Good morning, everyone. This is the view out my kitchen window. I want to welcome you to another episode of Time Traveler. My name is Ty, and today we're going to be getting rid of pain. This is a remedy that I used, for like 3 years before I realized I need a hip replacement, and I have a lot of low back pain. I had a failed rotator cuff surgery during COVID. I never got to finish my PT, so I had some issues, and I found this wonderful remedy, and I'm going to show you how I make it today. So stick around and let's get started. So this recipe is, it's a really simple recipe, and it's strange how I came by it. This is from a company, and I'm not sponsored by them, but they're called Prince of Peace, and they make these ginger chews, which I found in a health food store. And they were extremely inexpensive, and they come individually foil wrapped, and they're very tasty. And I would sit and eat them at night because I wanted some sweet, sugary garbage. And I thought, okay, this is healthier than that. And so the next morning when I would get up out of bed, I realized I didn't get up all hunched over and hobbling and painful and barely able to walk. The next morning after eating 5 or 6 of these, or 7, which was probably way too much, but it taught me that ginger is a huge anti-inflammatory. And so last year, I went to the store and I bought about 8 pounds of ginger, and I brought it home and I scrubbed it really good and soaked it for 24 hours to keep it from, they put stuff on the ginger to keep it from sprouting. Anyway, brought it home, planted it in the garden, and I have bags. I call these coins because they're round. They're little flat slices of the ginger. I don't take the peel off or anything, and they stay in the freezer and they last, and they're wonderful. So that one harvest got me like 3 giant gallon freezer bags full of ginger. And yeah, so today we're going to make the ginger tea, and I'm going to walk you through it. Again, I don't have any fancy camera equipment. It's just my iPhone and a tripod. My iPhone. I don't know why I keep saying iPhone. I do not like iPhones. And I have an Android, but I keep hearing other people, everybody making YouTube videos talking about their iPhone. So I've already put the water in the pan. I used a quart jar. Normally I use a half a gallon, but I'm getting ready to do some traveling. And so I'm only going to make a small amount. So normally when I make the half gallon, this is piled super high because there's a lot of air space in there. So it's not truly a full cup. So I'm going to turn the burner on high and get this water to boiling. And when it boils, then I'm going to put this into it. Be back in a second. We're gonna go out. Oops, got the camera facing the wrong way. Old habits die hard. We're going outside here. It's raining, bless it all. But my chickens love sweet potatoes. And so I put them in a grater, and I grate them up, and I bring them out here for the babies. I have 5 chickens. 3 are Olive Eggers and 3 are Blue Americanas. And I never spend a lot of time trying to handle them when they're little, so they don't let me pet them. But they are growing and getting more beautiful every day. Now I'm in the chicken pen. You can hear the rain. I have covers over here so that the pen doesn't get to be a disgusting muddy mess. I'm going to turn the camera around. Girls! Hi, Lilith. Hey, Lilith. So the black one is Lilith, and the gray one is Freya. And the one in the foreground is Artemis with the most developed comb. And then the one with the fuzzy black top knot, crest, that is Bronwyn. And then this young lady over here on the far right is Ishtar. And I call these chicken snacks. And they love them. And they appreciate me when I bring them out. Let's go back inside. So if you're wondering where I got all their names from, they came from this oracle deck called The Goddess Power by Colette Baron Reed, and that's where all their little names came from. I enjoy playing with oracle decks. I have 13 of them, and every now and then I like to just pull a card from each one of them and see what energies the universe is lining up for me, what cooperative components are aligning to bring me joy and grace. So this is one of those cooperative components. My herbalism class, I am an aspiring herbalist, have been for 30 plus years, also an aromatherapist, and all modes of healing, body work, a Reiki master. I used to have, before my trip to India in 2017, I had a healing arts lounge in Tehachapi, California, and spent time in India studying with a Swami in an ashram. And so I've had quite a wild, crazy life. I'm trying to recreate my Eat, Pray, Love. So sounds like the water's getting ready to boil. Let's check it out. All right. Looks like the water is coming to a full roiling boil, which is what you want because these coins are frozen. I'll put in a little bit so that it doesn't completely stop the boiling. Or you can just throw it all in, whatever you think. I had started making ginger tea by cutting them up and putting them in a tea infuser that was just, for like 10 minutes. And I thought, I feel like I'm wasting all of this goodness by not really giving it a good proper infusion. So I played around with this recipe. Crazily enough, I tried to drink this stuff in a straight shot. You want to bring it back to a roiling boil and then turn it down to simmer for 20 minutes. And crazy enough, I thought I could just take this in a shot. You can't take this strong of ginger in a straight shot. You'll gag, it'll burn, it tastes bad. And this is a really delightful flavor. It's a sweet treat for me when I'm trying to replace my craving for sugar. I'll have a cup of tea with a little dash of honey in it, and that helps quell my sweet cravings. Let's see, it's almost coming to a boil. When it comes to a boil, again, I just said, turn it down to simmer and simmer it for 20 minutes. And we'll be back. Wanted to talk a quick second about these ginger chews. They come in several flavors. This one's blood orange, they have lemon, and then they have regular. And I like it because when I travel, when I go to Italy, I can't take the ginger tea with me. I swear to God, India and Italy rival for the worst beds in a hotel I've ever experienced. So just want to throw that out there. But I can take enough of these to have 4 or 5 a day instead of having my 1 cup of this a day. I use about a 16-ounce mug, and this is good for travel. And that's part of what this channel is about. It's about time travel. And thyme is spelled T-H-Y-M-E because it's an herb. And so there's a little herb and there's a little travel. That's what we came up with. Okay, so I'm just going to say that the easiest part of this, it's been 20 minutes, is just, you can see it's kind of gotten an amber color to it a little bit now. It's nice and steamy. And so what you're going to do is you're going to let that coast to a stop. Oops, my hand's in the way. Sorry. You're going to let that coast to a stop. Now, normally when I make a half a gallon, I will put it on the stove and cover it so that it keeps all the steam in it, and I would let it sit there until the next morning. But I'm going to go ahead in a little while when it's completely cooled down, and I'll go ahead and strain it off and show it to you and then tell you how to make it. All right, we're back now. You can see this is kind of a golden amber color, and it gets darker when it sits overnight, but we're only leaving this for a few hours this afternoon. So I take a canning collar and a wire strainer, and I strain it all into here. And you can see you lose a little bit in the boiling of it, so it's not a full quart. That's generally why I make a half a gallon at a time. And again, when I do make a half a gallon at a time, I use a heaping 1 cup measuring cup full of the ginger coins. So now this, I liken it to the mother. You take 2 fingers of this and pour it in the bottom of, I'm going to tell you, a 16-ounce mug, because that is, for me, the perfect ratio. This is very strong. You're welcome to try it straight, but I don't advise it because it's pretty, yeah, it's intense. So anyway, you take 2 fingers of this in the bottom of a 16-ounce mug. Let me grab my mug. This is my favorite coffee cup ever. I got this in Cambria in California, and I absolutely love it. Nice little thumb tang. And I literally put in 2 fingers in the bottom of this mug, and then I stick it in the microwave for about 30 seconds. And it makes it really, really hot. And then I fill the cup to about here with water, warm water or hot water from the tap. And then I put in a couple of tablespoons, 2 to 3, honey to taste, whatever you like. I usually use about 2 tablespoons of honey. You want to make sure that the water is not really super hot, because if you put honey in water that's too hot, it kills the enzymes in it, and that's a sad thing. Bees worked hard for that stuff. So you don't want to put it in boiling, scalding, steaming hot water. And then you sip it. And like I said, sometimes I have changed over the years. I would have a cup first thing every morning. There was a time I would have it after dinner. There was a time when I wanted sweet things and I didn't want to eat sweet things, that I would make a mug of this and drink it, and it took care of that craving for sweets. So, and then the ginger, you can just compost out in the garden, you know, if you have compost, or if not, you can put it in the trash. I'd rather see it under some shrub somewhere, going back to the earth. I wouldn't feed it to my chickens like I do my other tea remains, because it's pretty strong and powerful. I don't know if they'd like it. I don't know if it would be good for them or not. that's something I can do some research on. If anybody knows, please leave a comment below because I'd love to hear about it. I cannot think of anything else other than this helped my sciatica. This helped my low back. I have no disc between L5 and 6. And it helped me be able to walk upright when I got out of bed first thing in the morning. And that's a big deal, to not be hunched over like the witch in Snow White. So this is a recipe that I came up with on my own after finding out from eating that candy that ginger is a massively powerful anti-inflammatory, and gave me a lot of relief leading up to the diagnosis that I did need a hip replacement because one side of my bone was just like complete flat. And I had no idea. I kept thinking it'd get better and thinking it'd get better, and it didn't get better, but it's better now because I had a hip replacement. So and I'm moving well and doing really, really, really good. It was good to see you all here. I thank you for watching. I appreciate your time. I hope I can impart some assistance, some natural pain assistance. There are lots of other medicinal herbs that I work with that I enjoy. I enjoy blending them. I enjoy making the electuaries. I enjoy blending medicinal teas. And I'll be sharing those in future videos, and I hope that you'll come along and learn something possibly. I don't know. I love to go stand in my apothecary and open the cabinet door and just, it smells so heavenly, and it makes me happy. It makes me smile, and it makes me happy to help people. I am a healer by nature, and it's where my mind always goes to, is how can I help somebody be in less pain or feel better or whatever, you know? So if you'd like, and you've made it to the end of this video, please like the video. It's important. I don't care whose video you're watching on YouTube. Please like their videos because people work hard at making them. And if you're going to take the time to watch it, then take the time, the 0.5 second, to push the like button. It's free. It doesn't cost you anything. It's free to subscribe. It doesn't cost you anything to do that, but it helps us as YouTube content creators. It helps us grow our channel. It helps more people get to see the things that we're providing, information and that kind of thing. And so it is very important. It might not be important to you, but it's super, super important to your YouTube content creators that you like, that you subscribe, that you share, that you comment, because all of your interactions, they just go to widen our reach, and we deeply, deeply appreciate it. And I just want to thank you for coming today, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your weekend. Of course, I'm doing this on a Saturday afternoon. Whatever day of the week it is, I hope you're having a wonderful day, and thanks for coming along. Bye. Ciao for now.